Yeah, very good. So, a warm welcome to all students. So, in the GATE classes, you are seeing about different subjects for the GATE preparation. So, for here, one of the subject what will be having is electromagnetic fields. So, in that you will be seeing about the conductors, dielectrics, and the performance of their in the electric field and the magnetic field characters. Magnetic field. Here basically first we will be starting with that electrostatics. So basically for GATE they will be taking about electrostatics and magnetostatics. Okay. So first we will be discussing about the electrostatics, then we can move on to the magnetostatics. So the electrostatics, you can say that two fields are main. When you go for electromagnetic fields, two fields are mainly important. One is the electric field, another one is the magnetic field. Okay, the electric field mainly depends upon the voltage, and the magnetic field mainly depends on the current. So we can say it's that electromagnetic field depends on voltage and current. Okay, so here you can see that E equal to V by D, electric field equal to potential by distance. Similarly, magnetic field H equal to Ni by L. Magnetic field H equal to Ni by L, where N is the number of turns, I is the current, and L is the length of the conductor. When you go for sources of electromagnetic fields, mainly we have two sources. One is about natural sources, another one is about man-made sources. So natural sources is about the lightning and thunderstorms what you'll be having, and when you go for man-made sources, it's obtained from X-rays. And these are some of the effects of electromagnetic fields. When a human exposed to high level of electromagnetic fields, these are the effects they will be having. Okay, Papa. So first one will be the biological effects and general health, and second one what will be having is effects of pregnancy outcomes and eye irritation. You will be having that one. Then cancer. These are some of the effects of the high effects of electromagnetic fields. So when you go for the electromagnetic fields, mainly we have three coordinate systems. So far you have seen the basic concepts of electromagnetic fields. So electromagnetic fields will be experiencing in a three-dimensional view. Okay. So in the graph, what will be having as x-axis and y-axis. So that electromagnetic field will be experiencing in a three-dimensional axis. That's what we are saying it as a three coordinate systems. So normally you can experience electromagnetic fields in first one is the Cartesian coordinate system, or what we can say it as the rectangular coordinate systems. When you go for Cartesian coordinate systems, so we have to assume the points as x, y and z. X, y and z, where the value of x varies from minus infinity to infinity, and value of y varies from minus infinity to infinity, and value of z values also varies from minus infinity to infinity. So for example, if you are assuming the point as 2, 3, 5, if they are given the point as 2, 3, 5, it corresponds to the Cartesian coordinate system. So like that you have to assume. They will not tell you what type of system. On seeing the point only, we have to identify the type of system. Okay, well, the first system what we are seeing is Cartesian coordinate system. In that, we have to assume the points x, y, and z. Okay, well, so 2, 3, 5 or minus 2, 3, minus 5. Like that, if they are given the problem, it corresponds to Cartesian coordinate system. Okay. Then if you express the point from one point to another point, we will be having differential length, differential volume, differential surface. So that's what I explained here. You can see that one. So dl equal to dxax plus dyay plus dzaz. dv equal to dx dy dz. Differential length is given by the formula dxax plus dyay plus dzaz. Whereas differential volume is given the product of each axis, that dx, dy and dz. What will be having as differential volume. And for area, we have to consider three axes separately: dsx, dsy, dsz. For dsx, it will be the product of other two axes, dy and dx, dz. The vector will be ax. Similarly, for dsy, you will be having dx, dz. The vector will be ay. For dsz, you will be getting dx, dy. Vector is az. So if you thoroughly know about dl, you can write dv and ds easily. Okay, so the second system, what will be having as a cylindrical coordinate system. Second system, what will be having as a cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, so in a cylindrical coordinate system, assume the cylinder. Okay, in a cylinder, what are the three parameters we can have? The radius of the cylinder. What we can have it as the radius of the cylinder. So radius of the cylinder, it varies from rho to infinity. Radius cannot be negative. It varies from rho to 0 to infinity. So it will be having it as rho. The value we call it as rho. It varies from 0 to infinity. Then next one, you will be having the angle of rotation, phi. The next one, you will be having the angle of rotation, phi. So phi can be varies from 0 to 2 pi. Phi can be varies from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so what we call it as an azimuthal angle. Okay, the third one, what will be having it as a height of the cylinder. The third one corresponds to the height of the cylinder. So we can place it in the from minus infinity to plus infinity, the region where we can place the cylinder. So from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so here also you have to write dl, dv and ds. If you move a point from one point to another, so the cylindrical point, if you move from one point to another, you will be getting differential length, differential volume and differential surface. Okay. So for differential length, you see here, you will be getting d rho a rho plus rho d phi a phi plus dz a z. Okay, so when you go for Cartesian coordinate, you are getting it as dx ax plus dy ay plus dz az. So the same you will be thinking here as d rho a rho d phi a phi plus dz az. It's not so. Okay, so dl value, what will be having as d rho a rho plus rho d phi a phi. That's very important thing. Okay, along with the radius here, we have to write that rho d phi a phi plus dz az plus dz az. Okay, and dv equal to the product of all the three coefficients. dv is nothing but product of all the three coefficients. Okay, for a rho, what is the coefficient? D rho. For a phi, what is the coefficient? Rho d phi. For a z, what is the coefficient? D z. So we have to multiply all the three. Okay, so what we will be getting? dv equal to d rho, rho d phi, dz. So that you can see that one, d rho, rho d phi, dz. Okay, so it will be the product of all these three, d rho, d phi, dz. Similarly, when you go for the cylindrical system, you will be getting ds rho, ds phi, dsz. ds rho, ds phi, dsz, the area element. Okay, so for ds rho, we have to take the coefficients of a phi and az. Okay, so what is the coefficient of a phi? Rho d phi. What is the coefficient of az? dz. So that we have to multiply here for ds rho. Okay, rho d phi dz into a rho vector. Similarly, for ds phi, when you go for ds phi, we have to take the coefficients of a rho and az from dl. So that's what I told you. If you remember dl, it will be very easy to write the dv and ds. So ds phi, what you will be having as d rho dz. The vector what you have to take it as A5 vector. What you have to take it as the A5 vector. Similarly, next you will be having it as a ds z. For that one, d rho d5. The vector what will be having it as the Az vector. Vector what will be having it as the Az vector. Okay, so clearly see these things. The next one, what will be going for the spherical coordinate system. The next one, what we'll be seeing about the spherical coordinate system. So when you go for spherical sphere, when you consider the sphere, the first one what we have seen as the Cartesian coordinate systems. The second one is the cylindrical coordinate systems, and third one is the spherical coordinate system. For spherical coordinate system, assume a sphere. Assume a sphere with values of assume a sphere with values of that theta is 0, angle of the radius of the sphere varies from 0 to infinity. Radius of the sphere varies from 0 to infinity, and half angle or subtend angle what we call it as theta. Half angle or subtend angle what we call it as theta. So the theta varies from 0 to pi, 180 degree. Okay, so and phi varies from 0 to 2 pi, 360 degree. So in the problem they given us 3 comma 60 degree comma 120 degree, then it corresponds to spherical coordinate system. Then it corresponds to what? Spherical coordinate system. Okay, well, for cylindrical coordinate system, you will be having one angle, only one angle. So in that problem, you will be getting it as 3 comma 60 degree comma 9. Like that, if you get, it corresponds to cylindrical coordinate system. So here also, if you move a point in a spherical coordinate system from one point to another point, if you move from one point to another point, you will be getting dl, dv, ds. dl is called as differential length, dv is called as differential volume, and ds differential surface. So differential length you see here, dl equal to dr ar plus r d theta a theta plus r sin theta d phi into a phi. This is the thing what you will be getting for dl. Okay, what dr ar plus r d theta a theta plus r sin theta d phi into a phi. So dv equal to differential volume is given by this formula. As I told you, we have to take the coefficients of ar, a theta, a phi. We have to take the coefficients of ar, a theta, and a phi, and we have to write for dv. So dv equal to dr, r d theta, r sin theta d phi. If you multiply all these three, you will be getting this one. Similarly, dsr, we have to write the coefficients of a theta and a phi. That's what we have substituted here. Okay, so r d theta, r sin theta d phi. And the vector what you will be having as ar vector. Similarly, for ds theta, we have to write the coefficients of ar and a phi. So dr, r sin theta d phi you will be having, and theta a theta you have to substitute. Similarly, for ds phi, okay, dr and r d theta a phi. So you have to substitute that one. Okay, r dr d theta into a phi. Then how many coordinates we have? 3 coordinates we are having that one. Okay, we have 3 coordinates. So x comma y comma z corresponds to Cartesian coordinate system. Rho comma phi comma z corresponds to cylindrical coordinate system. R comma theta comma phi corresponds to spherical coordinate systems. So we have 3 coordinate systems. We can transform one coordinate into another coordinate. We can transform one coordinate into another coordinate systems. Okay, we can transform from one coordinate system into another coordinate system. Okay, so that's what we can see here. So totally how many transformations you can have? 6 transformations we can have. Cartesian to cylindrical, cylindrical to Cartesian, Cartesian to spherical, spherical to Cartesian, cylindrical to spherical, spherical to cylindrical. Okay, cylindrical to spherical, spherical to cylindrical. Like that, we have 6 conversions. Okay, so that conversions formulas only we are seeing here. So when you want to convert from Cartesian to cylindrical, what is the formula we have to use? Okay, rho equal to root of x square y square plus x square root of x square plus y square. If you know Cartesian coordinates, and if from that you can find out the cylindrical coordinates using this formula. Rho equal to root of x square plus y square, and phi equal to cos inverse of phi equal to tan inverse of rho by z. What will be having that one, and z equal to z, and z equal to z. Phi equal to tan inverse of rho by z, and z equal to z. Similarly, if you want to convert cylindrical coordinates to Cartesian coordinates, x equal to rho cos phi, y equal to rho sin phi, and z equal to z. So that's what you will be having there. So from one coordinate system, we can convert into another coordinate systems. Similarly, we can go for transformation of coordinates from Cartesian to spherical and spherical to Cartesian. You can see here. So if I know that Cartesian values, I can find out spherical values using that formula r equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square, and theta equal to cos inverse of r by z. Z by r, not r by z, z by r. That r value only they are given as root of x square plus y square plus z square, and phi equal to tan inverse of y by x. Phi equal to tan inverse of y by x, what you will be having there. Similarly, if you want to convert from spherical to Cartesian, you can use this formula. So x equal to r cos theta cos phi, y equal to r sin theta sin phi, and z equal to r cos theta. Z equal to what you will be having as r cos theta, like that. Okay, students. Then this is for transformation between cylindrical to spherical and spherical to cylindrical system. Okay, so to convert cylindrical to spherical, I know the cylindrical values rho phi z. To find out spherical values, so r equal to root of rho square plus z square, and theta equal to tan inverse of rho by z, phi equal to phi. Similarly, for conversions of spherical to cylindrical, if I know spherical values and to find out cylindrical values, rho equal to r sin theta, phi equal to phi, z equal to r cos theta. Z equal to what you will be having? R cos theta you will be having. And you can see a model problem relating that Cartesian to the conversion. Okay, they are given with 0, 1, 1, where we have to convert them into spherical coordinates. So on seeing the points, we can identify. The type of system. So if it is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, it corresponds to what type of system? Cartesian system. That is x equal to 0, y equal to 1, z equal to 1. So we have to substitute in the formula for r equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square, and to obtain theta we have to use cos inverse of z by r, and to obtain phi we have to use tan inverse of y by x. That's what they have applied here, and we have got the formula for in terms of r theta and phi, and we have obtained in terms of r theta and phi here, that you can see in the model problem here. Similarly, another model problem relating with the transformation of coordinates. So we can see here where the point Q is located at -2, 6, 3. We have to represent the point in cylindrical and spherical coordinates. So what is the point given located? -2, 6, 3. Okay, so -2, x equal to -2, y equal to 6, and z equal to 3. Okay, if you substitute, what you will be having? You substitute what you will be having rho, we have to find out in cylindrical system rho phi and z. Rho phi and z. So rho equal to root of x square plus y square. So you will be getting the answer as 6.32. For phi, tan inverse of y by x. Tan inverse of y by x. So which is equal to tan inverse of 6 by minus 2. So you will be getting the angle as minus 71.56. So one thing always remember that angle cannot be negative. Angle cannot be negative. So if you are getting angle as negative, what you have to do is we have to add 180 degree. That means the quadrant, it is in the second quadrant. The value of x is in the second quadrant. So we have to represent phi is in the second quadrant. The value of phi must be in the second quadrant. So what we have to do, we have to add 180. Simply remember that one. While solving the problem, if you are getting angle as 180, this is not only for cylindrical, for spherical also the same. If you are getting angle as negative, please add 180 with that one. That's what they have done here. So minus 71.56 they are getting there. They are adding plus 180. They add plus 180. What they will be getting phi equal to 108.44. And z equal to z. So z value is what they are getting it as 3 there. So z equal to z. So total Q value in cylindrical systems, you can see it as 6.32, 108.44 comma 3 here. Now we can go for that spherical coordinate system problem here. You can see here spherical coordinate system here. You can see here. Okay, so r, theta and phi. They are given Cartesian data minus 2 comma 6 comma 3 minus 2 comma 6 comma 3 minus 2 comma 6 comma 3. Okay, so we have to find out r, theta and phi. So r equal to what will be having root of x square plus y square plus z square, and theta equal to cos inverse of z by r, and phi equal to tan inverse of y by x. That formula you have to apply here. Once again you see here for theta you are getting the angle as theta you are getting it as 64.62, whereas when you go for phi you are getting the angle as minus 71.56. So as I told, if you are getting angle as negative, we have to add 180. We have to add 180. That's what they have done here. So minus 71.56 plus 180, we will be getting it as 108. So they have added that one. So 7.64.62 degree, 108.44 degree. What will be having that? So the next one you can enter into the vector fields, where you will know basic in mathematics you might have studied about vectors. Okay, Appa. So unit vector, if you want to find the unit vector for that vector, so I'm assuming that OA is the vector. So for that one, unit vector will be OA vector divided by modulus of that vector. Vector divided by modulus of that vector will give you the unit vector. Then if you want to go for addition, you can have it as simply you can add two vectors, C vector equal to A vector plus B vector. For subtraction, C vector you can have it as A vector minus B vector. If you add just like normal addition and multiplication, you can add and normal addition and subtraction, you can add and subtract the vectors. Okay, then if you go for the identical vectors, when you can say the identical vector is when both the vectors are same. If A vector equal to B vector, then we can say that two vectors are identical. That is A vector minus B vector equal to 0. That is the thing what you will be having there. The next one you can go for the vector calculus. Okay, when you go for the vector calculus, we have the scalar product and the dot product. Okay, so A vector dot B vector, what will be having it as modulus of A vector, modulus of B vector into cos theta. Dot product of vectors, they can say it as A vector dot B vector equal to modulus of A vector, modulus of B vector into cos theta. So for perpendicular vectors, theta will be 90. So cos 90 will be 0. So what will be having as a vector dot b vector equal to 0. In the problem, they will be giving you two vectors, asking you to find out whether check both the vectors are perpendicular. We have to use this formula. Okay, Opa. So in exam point of view, they will be giving you a vector and b vector and asking you to find out whether both are perpendicular. So what you have to use? We have to use the formula a vector dot b vector equal to 0. If you are getting the product dot product of the answer is 0, then we can say that both the vectors are perpendicular. And this is the dot product analysis for each system. See, the like parameters values is 1 and unlike parameters dot product answers will be 0. That's what we are given for Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical systems. So ax dot ax, ay dot ay, az dot az is 1. Whether if you take the dot product of like parameters, it is 1. Okay, dot product of unlike parameters, it is 0. It is the same we have it for the cylindrical and spherical system. Arrow dot arrow, a5 dot a5, az dot az. What will be having as 1? And for spherical system, so ar dot ar, a5 dot a5, dot a dot az equal to 1. The unlike parameters, what will be having as 0 there. The next one, we can go for the vector products. So when you go for the vector product, we have to take the cross product. What will be having there? So a cross b will be having as modulus of a vector, modulus of b vector, sin theta. Modulus of a vector, modulus of b vector, sin theta. For parallel vectors, theta equal to 0. So sin 0 will be having as 0. Okay, so a for parallel vectors, a cross b equal to 0. For parallel vectors, a vector cross b vector equal to 0. So ax cross ax cross ax equal to ay cross ay equal to az cross az equal to 0. In dot product, if you take the dot product of like values, it is 1. Similarly, if you take the cross product of the two like values, it is 0. Okay, that you have to keep it in mind. Okay, then next one, if you take the cross product of unlike values, you can see here ax cross ay, it's a next value az. In dot product it is 0, but here you can see ax cross ay, its value will be equal to az. Taking cross product of ax cross ay. Okay, and ay, if it is interchanged, ay cross ax, then it will be minus az. Minus az. Only in dot product ax dot ay is 0, but here you can see that ax cross ay equal to az. If you interchange, instead of xy, if you put yx, the cross product, it is minus az. So based on the concept that a cross b equal to minus of b cross a. A cross b equal to what you will be having? Minus of b cross a. Okay, based on that concept, it has been designed that way. So the same concept you can see it for the cylindrical coordinate systems also. You can clearly see about that cylindrical coordinate systems also. For that one also you'll be having like that. Like parameters will be getting 0 and the unlike parameters will be the next parameter. Always you should have in this order. Xy means z, yz means x, zy means zx means y. Similarly, when you go for cylindrical system, there are three coordinates rho, phi and z. So if you take the cross product of rho phi, you will be getting z. Take the cross product of phi z, you will be getting rho. Okay, like that you will be having these things. Then next one for the spherical system also. So for the spherical system also, what you will be having is that AR like products will be 0. The unlike products, what you will be getting as the next parameter. Unlike parameters, what will be calling as the next parameters. The next one we can go for that projection of vectors. Projection of vectors. So what is the projection of vectors is, so we have two vectors, we can project one vector over another vector. That what we call it as the projection of vectors. We can roll over one vector over another vector. That what we call it as the projection of vectors. So consider here two vectors P vector and Q vector. So projection of P vector on Q vector is what we call it as P dot AQ vector. Okay, a projection of P vector and Q vector. The formula will be P dot AQ vector. AQ vector means what? Unit vector. We have to find the unit vector. So what is that unit vector? Q vector divided by modulus of Q vector. Q vector divided by modulus of Q vector. So it is equal to P vector dot Q vector divided by modulus of Q vector. So similarly, projection of Q on P can have it as Q vector dot P vector divided by modulus of P vector. So a model problem relating with the vectors, the dot products, what you can see here. So find the dot product of the vectors A and B. If A vector equal to 2ax minus 3ay plus 4az and B vector equal to minus ax plus 2ay plus 2az. So we have to take the A vector and the B vector dot product. So only like parameters will be getting product, unlike parameters will not get product. So that's what they have done here. So A vector dot B vector equal to. So in the A vector we have 2 and in B for Ax we have minus 1. So that 2 will be getting product. So 2 into minus 1 plus minus 3 into 2 plus. Similarly for Z, in A vector we have 4 and in B vector we have 2. So 4 into 2. So you will be getting minus 2 minus 6 plus 8. So that minus 8 plus 8, what will be having it as 0. Minus 8 plus 8, what will be having it as 0 there. Now the next model problem we can say it at one. They are given A vector 10ay plus 3az and B vector equal to 5ax plus 4ay. We have to find the projection of A and B. We have to find the projection one vector over another vector. Okay, so projection of A on B. Projection of A on B. Okay, so A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of B vector. Projection of A on B is nothing but A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of B vector. A vector projection of A and B is this one. A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of B vector. So A vector, you know that one, 10ay plus 3az. 10ay plus 3az and B vector, you know that one, 5ax plus 4ay. And modulus of B vector, that 5 square plus 4 square. Root of 5 square plus 4 square. Then we have to take the dot product. We will be getting the projection of A and B there. Okay, so a very simple problem. These problems and all definitely they can ask in the 1 mark, sorry, in the gate part. Okay, I can easily score the things. And this kind of problems are very important where they will be using more, asking more in exam gate point of view. Okay, so you can see there given A vector equal to 5ax and B vector equal to 4ax plus tay. We have to find the t such that angle between A and B is 45 degree. Angle between A and B is 45 degree. So we have to find out from the dot product of vectors. So from the dot product of vectors, what we have the formula that A vector dot B vector equal to modulus of A vector, modulus of B vector cos theta. Modulus of A vector, modulus of B vector cos theta. Okay, so from that we can find out the theta equal to cos inverse of A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of A vector, modulus of B vector. So in the problem they are given theta value as 45 degree. So 45 degree equal to cos inverse of A vector is 5ax dot B vector is 4ax plus tay divided by modulus of A vector. That's what we are having, root of 5 square. Then modulus of B vector. Modulus means we have to put root and individual squares, addition of individual squares with the root. So 4 square plus t square. That cos inverse goes to the left hand side, you will be getting it as cos 45. Then you take the dot product. Okay, the numerator will be getting 20 with the denominator 5 into root of 16 plus t square. Then if you solve, you will be getting root of 16 plus t square equal to 5.65. Then we have to remove the square root. So we are squaring on both sides. So we are squaring on both sides. So 16 plus t square equal to 32. That t square equal to 16, t equal to positive value we are taking as 4. Actually plus or minus 4 only you will be getting. We are taking the positive value. T equal to 4 then. Then next one, what we are saying as a transformation of vectors. Transformation of vectors. So far we have seen about transformation of coordinates. The next one, what you can have it as the transformation of vectors. That means you can transform one vector into another vector. You can transform one vector into another vector. Okay, so here you can see they are given with Cartesian vector that you can transform into cylindrical vector. So far we have seen about transformation of coordinates. So now, so far somewhere we have seen about the transformation of coordinates just now. The same conversion we can go with the transformation of vector also. Okay, so if they are given with Cartesian vector, you can also convert them into cylindrical vector. So for that we have to find out that a coordinates of ax, ay and a row. The problem they will be giving you ax, ay and a row. We have to find out b row, b5 and bz. We have to use this matrix with the cos and sin terms here. Cos phi, sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0, then 0, 0, 1. So similarly we have 6 conversions. You can see the matrix here. Okay, you will be seeing with 6 conversions. Cartesian to cylindrical vector, cylindrical to Cartesian vector. Similarly, cylindrical to Cartesian to spherical, spherical to Cartesian. So when you go for spherical to Cartesian, you will be getting with 2 angles. One is with theta and phi. Okay, beware of that one. Similarly, we can go for that. So when you go for the spherical coordinate systems. So when you go for the spherical coordinate systems. Okay, spherical to cylindrical coordinates. Spherical to cylindrical coordinates. You will be having with 2 coordinate systems here. Okay, so clearly see about that things here. So now we'll be seeing about the model problems relating with that one. Okay, you can see here. So transform h vector equal to 20 a row minus 10 a5 plus 3 az into Cartesian coordinates at point 5 comma 2 comma minus 1, where we have to transform a cylindrical vector into Cartesian vector. The given problem they are given with the cylindrical vector. How you can find out that one? By using that vectors a row, a5, az. Then it corresponds to the cylindrical vector. We have to convert them into the Cartesian vectors. So they give point of 5 comma 2 comma minus 1. So I am writing it as p of px plus py plus pz az. Okay, so px, py, pz I want to find out. So that matrix I am writing here cos phi minus sin phi 0, sin phi cos phi 0, 0, 0, 1. And I have to write the coefficients of a row, a phi, az. That's what I call it as h row, h phi, hz. As per formula, it will be h row, h phi, hz. So what is the value of h row? 20. From the question we can have h phi is minus 10 and hz is 5. That's what we will be applying here. Hz equal to the 3 that, not 5 that, 3. That's what we have applied. Then to find out px. So matrix multiplication 20 cos phi plus 10 sin phi plus 0. Okay, so in the problem they are given with points. 5 comma 2 comma minus 1. What is 5 comma 2 comma minus 1? It corresponds to Cartesian system. But px value we are getting in terms of cylindrical values cos phi and sin phi. So we have to convert cos phi and sin phi in terms into x, y, z. We have to convert cos phi and sin phi into x, y, z. So that we have to substitute that one. So cos phi can be written as x by rho, that is x by root of x square plus y square. This you can see from the transformation of coordinates. Similarly, sin phi you can write it as y by root of x square plus y square. So the above equation px will be resolved into 20 into x by root of x square plus y square plus 10 y by root of x square plus y square. So if you substitute xy value here, we have to substitute xyz value, that px value will be getting it as 22.28. So similarly, you can find out py and pz. So what is the formula will be for py? Py will be 20 sin phi minus 10 cos phi. Matrix multiplication, second row, first column. 20 sin phi minus 10 cos phi. Minus 10 cos phi you will be having. So that's what we are doing here. Plus 0. So on substituting that once again for sin phi and cos phi, you have to substitute the values. You can find out py here. Can find out py here. That's what they have done here. And for pz value, so we have to go for that matrix multiplication here. So we can see here what is that pz value. 20 into 0 plus minus 10 into 0 plus 1 into 3. So you will be getting pz value as 3 here. Pz value is 3. So final answer is p equal to 22.ax vector minus 1.8 ay plus 3az plus 3az. So this will be the answer for the p vector. This is how you will be getting the conversion from cylindrical vector to spherical, Cartesian vector. Cylindrical vector to Cartesian vector. So the later on we can see into the gradient, divergence and curl. Gradient, now we will be seeing about that gradient, divergence and curl. Okay, so for that we will be having the del operator. Okay, for the del we will be, for the Cartesian system we will be representing it as dou by dou x into ax plus dou by dou y into ay plus dou by dou z into az. Okay, for cylindrical system it will be dou by dou rho into a rho plus 1 by rho dou by dou phi into a phi plus dou by dou z into az. Similarly, for spherical system, it will be dou by dou r into ar plus 1 by r dou by dou theta into a theta plus dou by dou phi into a phi for spherical coordinate systems. Okay, so now we have to go for that one. First one, what will be behind as a gradient. Okay, so gradient is nothing but it represents the magnitude and direction of the maximum space of rate of change of the function. So if you have the function for that, if you take, it gives the magnitude and direction. So you know about the vector and scalar. If I am having it as xy, if I put it as xy, it represents the scalar function. If it is given as xy ax vector, it represents both magnitude and direction. Only xy means it gives the value, whereas xy ax vector, the problem is given as xy ax vector, it shows that the value magnitude is xy and the direction is az, and the direction is what will be having it as az there. Okay, so what is the gradient means? That is the what they are saying, that if you give any scalar field, it will gives the magnitude and direction for the maximum rate of change of that function. So the input of the gradient is scalar and the output of the gradient is vector. And the output of the gradient is vector. Okay, so we can represent in 3 coordinate systems. We can represent the gradient in 3 coordinate systems. What you will be having here. So for easy understanding, we are having it as ABC for different coordinate systems. So if a scalar is A for Cartesian system, if you want to find out gradient, we have to represent it as del A. Del A, and it has the formula dou A by dou x into AX plus dou A by dou y into AY plus dou A by dou Z into AZ. Similarly, for cylindrical coordinate system, if you have the value as b scalar, and you can take the gradient using the formula del b equal to dou b by dou rho into a rho plus 1 by rho dou b by dou phi into a phi plus dou b by dou z into a z. So similarly, for cylindrical system, we can have del c equal to dou c by dou r into ar plus 1 by r dou c by dou theta into a theta plus 1 by r sin theta dou c by dou phi into a phi. Dou c by dou phi into a phi. So this is about the different coordinate systems what you will be having there. Del a, del b and del c. And we have the model problem related with the gradient here. So determine the gradient of the scalar field. Determine the gradient of the scalar field defined in the cylindrical coordinate system A equal to 25 r sin phi or 25 rho sin phi. That's what some of the books they will be represented as rho, some of the books they will be represented as r. Okay, so don't worry about that one. Okay, the cylindrical method they are given here. Cylindrical problem they are given. For cylindrical problem, what is the del A value? Dou A by dou R into AR plus 1 by R, dou A by dou phi into A phi plus dou A by dou Z into AZ. Okay, we have to obtain the gradient for this one. For the given problem, first I am taking the differentiation. Dou A by dou R. If I differentiate with respect to R, I will be getting 25 sin phi for this problem. Then dou A by dou phi, I have to differentiate with respect to phi. If I differentiate sin phi, I will be getting cos phi. So 25 r cos phi. So with respect to Z, there is no Z parameter in A value in the question given. So it will be 0. Then I am substituting it there. So del A equal to, instead of dou A by dou R, I can substitute as 25 sin phi AR plus, instead of dou A by dou phi, I can substitute as 25 r cos phi. Already one r is there. So r and r will be getting cancelled. So 25 cos phi A phi. And dou A by dou Z is also 0 there. Now we have to apply the points there. P of root 2 comma pi by 2 comma phi. What is pi by 2? 90 degree. It is pi by 2 90 degree. So del A equal to 25 sin 90 AR plus 25 cos 90 A phi. The final answer what you will be getting it as del A equal to 25 AR vector. You can see that input is scalar. A equal to 25 r sin phi. There is no direction. But the output of gradient what you will be getting it as vector. In vector what will be having it as del A equal to 25 AR vector. The next one what will be having it as the divergence. The next one what will be seeing about the divergence. Okay, so the divergence of the vector is nothing but it gives about the net outward flow of the flux per unit volume on the closed surface. On the closed surface. Okay, so normal the physical meaning of divergence nothing but it gives how much the field is diverged or converges from that point. How the field is diverged or converges from that point. Okay, so we can have it with the solenoidal field. So I am passing the current through the conductor. Okay, so the conductor produces the magnetic field. Then a proper conductor should have the circle, a magnetic field around in it. Magnetic field around in it in a closed path. Okay, that's what they are the solenoidal. For solenoid is nothing but an rectangular box with a wire over that one. Rectangular coil with a wire wounded on that one. Okay, in that if I pass the current through that coil, it will produce the magnetic field. So that magnetic field should be the closed path. So a proper solenoidal field will not have any divergence of magnetic field. Divergence of magnetic field. That's what they are given as a statement. When current passes through the solenoid, flux is produced around it. Such a flux completes the closed path through a solenoid. Hence, solenoidal field does not diverges. Okay, so mathematically we can say del dot A vector equal to 0. For divergence, we have to represent as del dot A vector. Gradient means we have taken as del A and here we have to take it as del dot A vector. Okay, the del dot A vector equal to 0 for solenoidal field. For solenoidal field. So this is the different formula for different coordinate systems. So for Cartesian system, what will be the divergence formula for cylindrical system and spherical coordinate systems? Here we have that one. Okay, so here it's the inverse of gradient. Divergence is the inverse of gradient. In divergence, input is vector, output will be the scalar. Whereas in gradient, input is scalar, output is the vector. So that you can see here with the formula here. So del dot V vector equal to dou Vx by dou x plus dou Vy by Oy plus dou Vz by dou Z. For cylindrical system, so del dot F vector equal to 1 by rho. So this formula we have to remember clearly. So all of them will remember only Cartesian system and they will be writing the same formula for cylindrical and spherical, just replacing with Vx, Vy and Vz. But the formula will be differing for each system. Clearly you have to see that. So del dot F vector equal to 1 by rho dou by dou rho into rho F rho plus 1 by rho dou Fy by dou Fy plus dou Fz by dou Z. Similarly for spherical coordinate system. 1 by r square dou by dou r square qr plus 1 by r sin theta dou by dou theta sin theta q theta plus 1 by r sin theta dou by dou phi into q phi. And some of them what they'll be doing is they'll be bringing out rho front and they'll be cancelling out. That should not be done. Okay. So you can see a model problem relating with that one. So determine the divergence of the vector field. Q vector equal to rho sin phi a rho vector plus rho square z a phi vector plus z cos phi a z vector plus z cos phi a z vector. So we have to find the, we want to find the divergence. So divergence nothing but del dot q equal to okay, 1 by rho dou by dou rho rho q rho plus 1 by rho dou by dou phi q phi plus dou by dou z into qz. So what is that q rho? Coefficient of a rho. What is that q phi? Coefficient of a phi. What is that qz? Coefficient of a z. That we have to substitute here. Okay, so del dot q equal to 1 by rho dou by dou rho. Already we have one rho. For q rho it is rho sin phi. So rho into rho square sin phi. Rho into rho, what will be having it as rho square sin phi plus 1 by rho dou by dou phi into q phi. Q phi will be rho square z. Q phi will be rho square z plus dou by dou z into q z. What is q z? Z cos phi. What is q z? Z cos phi. Okay, so we have to differentiate dou by dou rho. If we differentiate dou by dou rho, we will be getting 2 rho sin phi. You will be getting 2 rho sin phi. Already by rho you are having, so rho and rho will be getting cancelled, 2 sin phi. So you have to differentiate rho square z with respect to phi. That parameter will come as 0. Then last one z cos phi, we have to differentiate with respect to z, so only getting cos phi only. So the final answer will be 2 sin phi plus cos phi. You see here input is the vector but output will be the scalar. Input is the vector, output is the scalar. So the next one, what will be having it as curl. So the curl nothing but it gives the maximum circulation of the vector over the unit area as its volume sinks to 0. The volume sinks to 0 then. So curl indicates the what is the measure of tendency of the vector to twist or rotate. To twist or rotate, what we can say it as the tendency of the vector to rotate or twist, what we can say it as the curl. So here you can say it as irrotational field. For irrotational field, we can say it as del cross that vector equal to 0. If you take the curl of the vector and the answer you are getting it as 0, then we can say that vector corresponds to irrotational. And that vector is irrotational. Del cross A vector equal to 0. For solenoidal means del dot A vector equal to 0. For irrotational, we have to put del cross A vector equal to 0. So you can see the different formulas for different coordinate systems. Similarly, the curl formula, del cross P vector for Cartesian system and del cross F vector for cylindrical system and del cross Q for spherical coordinate systems. Okay, so what you can have it as del cross B equal to AX, AY, AZ, dou by dou X, dou by dou Y, dou by dou Z, PX, PY, PZ. And del cross F equal to 1 by rho. That's different formulas you will be having. 1 by rho to A rho, rho A phi A Z, dou by dou rho, dou by dou phi, dou by dou Z, F rho, rho F phi, F Z. Then del cross Q equal to 1 by R square sin theta, AR, R A theta, R sin theta A phi, dou by dou R, dou by dou theta, dou by dou phi. Then QR, R Q theta, R sin theta, Q phi. So clearly see about these formulas part. Okay, where for divergence, gradient and curl. Once again, we see with this model problem for curl here. Find the curl of Q equal to rho sin phi A rho plus rho square Z A phi plus Z cos phi A Z. So del cross Q 1 by rho A rho rho A phi A Z dou by dou rho dou by dou phi dou by dou Z. Q rho coefficient rho sin phi we have to substitute. Then as per formula we have rho. Then what is Q phi coefficient? Rho square Z. Then we have to substitute QZ coefficient, that is Z cos phi. Then you have to go for matrix determinants. So actually not determinant, not the matrix then. We have to go for the determinant. Okay, sorry with that one. This is the determinant part, what will be having that starting things. So all will be the determinants, not will be the matrix here. Okay, so we have to go with the determinant part. We have to take the determinant A rho dou by dou rho Z cos phi minus dou by dou Z rho cube Z minus rho A phi dou by dou rho Z cos phi minus dou by dou Z rho sin phi. Similarly, plus AZ dou by dou rho to rho cube Z minus dou by dou phi rho sin phi. Dou by dou phi rho sin phi. Okay, so we have to take that normal differentiation. That's what you will be done here. Then commonly divided by rho here. Finally, you will be getting, because we have 1 by rho at the starting. So we have to commonly divide it by rho. So Q equal to minus Z by rho sin phi minus rho cube A rho plus of 3 rho Z minus cos phi A Z. So you can see that one input of curl is vector, output is also vector. So if you take the curl of the vector, input is also vector, output is also vector. Output is also vector part. So far in today's class, we have seen about the basic concepts of that electromagnetic fields. What is about that electromagnetic field and what are the different coordinate systems? What are the different coordinate systems in the electromagnetic fields that we have seen in today's class, and about gradient, divergence and curl. About the different coordinate systems conversions, then gradient, divergence and curl we have seen in today's class. So you will be seeing the rest of the topics the later on classes. Okay, so try to cope up with this one. Even though this part is not in a syllabus, it's an important part from this for your gate part. Mostly the gate questions, they will be concentrating on electric field and magnetic field. But without knowing the divergence, gradient and curl for the basic system, it's difficult to go for the electric field and magnetic field. There you will be seeing different coordinate systems where rho phi Z comes, where r theta and phi, where straight away it comes, means it will be difficult for you. So you have to understand the basic concepts of cylindrical system, Cartesian system and spherical systems. Then you can easily solve with the electrical parameters. Okay, pa. So thank you. You can see the next other topics in the next session. Thank you.